The shop manager says it's been a while since we've done a vlog, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start one, a short series. We are getting ready to prep and protect a brand new Porsche 911 Turbo Carrera, so I thought I would take you along for the ride. In case you haven't noticed, I like to get them untouched, unmolested from the dealership. That means still wrapped, completely wrapped, just taken enough of it off to drive it to the shop, and that's the only miles that are on this brand new beauty. Some detail shops out there think that brand new vehicles are quick work, easy work, and it's just not taken seriously. Here we take a brand new vehicle just as serious as any other vehicle out there. The prep is just about the same, except for we may combine a few steps into one to cut down on the overhead, as the contamination may not be as serious as a car that's been driven for quite some time. So the first thing we want to do here is carefully get it unwrapped. And we want to do that here to ensure that there's no scratches or love marks being made while the unwrapping is being done. That ensures less work on the finish, less correction, and less clear coat being removed on these newer vehicles, where I've stressed that the clear coat is becoming thinner and softer as the years go by. And we're now converting and switching to waterborne clear coats, which makes them even more susceptible to damage. And as you can see here, Mother Nature has left us some work, some debris and leaves and dirt and fallout from trees. Not sure where it was parked or being transported from, but we have a little bit of work to do, and that's no problem. We'd like to prep and protect our customers' cars as soon as possible. So, new car, used car, as soon as you can get it to the shop. If it's a new car, newly purchased, we like to have it brought straight from the dealership. Get it protected before you even put mile one on your new toy. This vehicle here is going to get the works. It's going to get a full ceramic metal oxide coating, our coating. It's also going to get partial PPF. The whole front clip is going to be protected with paint protection film, as well as the mirrors and the rocker and the back fender wells. We will also be protecting the leather glass wheels and calipers. So we have a lot to do, and I'm going to trail the camera with me and get some snapshots of each step and share with you how we go about prepping and protecting a new vehicle such as this, and I'll take you along for the ride. Hope you enjoy. Here at our shop, we will prep and protect all painted surfaces, and that includes the surfaces under the hood and trunk. In the door jambs, we'll coat those areas, and even some areas such as the door jambs at the kick plate where you drag your feet in, just in case you rub your soles or drag your soles of your shoes across the painted surfaces in there. We'll put some PPF down for a little bit of protection, a peace of mind for the driver, so he can keep his mind on enjoying the vehicle and not having to care for it. That's our job. So with the vehicle practically unwrapped from all of the transport film, we will start to get some of the areas under the trunk and, well, the frunk and the hood, which is in the back, as it's a rear engine vehicle. And we will clean out some of what Mother Nature has left behind. We'll use a small portable vac, so I don't have to drag the hose over the painted surfaces. I could just set it in the front here and put some tape over the insert or the attachment for the draw of the hose. You can use a rubber one or put a little bit of electrical tape at the tip so it doesn't scratch any surfaces. Even with that type of protection, I will be very careful and lightly run the vac over those areas. You can also use forced air from your compressor in these areas, as well as pressurized vapor from a steamer. Works well. So we'll pull it outside, get it ready for its bath, and we find some more of Mother Nature's wrath on this vehicle. No problem, we'll take care of it. There's also a ton of grit on the surface of this vehicle from the fallout from trees, and that's where the foam cannon and that pre-wash comes into play. And there are a lot of owners and detailers out there that are weary of the effectiveness of the foam cannon, but this is really where it shines. Being able to lift, start to emulsify, and let me rinse some of that grit free before the contact wash. And for that, we're going to use the Apex Auto Wash. I use that in the foam cannon as well as the contact wash bucket. In the showcase for this shampoo, I turned up the volume of the chemical mixing with the water all the way up to max. I'm going to turn it down a little bit and have a little bit more water mixing in. I don't want that thick of shaving cream foam for this purpose. There's a lot of grit in the cracks around the headlights and in between the seams of the body panels and all the intricate parts and the emblems. And I want that foam to be liquid enough, if that makes sense to you, to get in those areas to start to emulsify and lift that grit so I can rinse it free. We're doing paint protection film on this vehicle, and that butts up tight against a lot of the edges and the body parts and some of the emblems and the intricate designs of this car. And if there's any grit or dirt left in the corners or areas that you can't see, you're going to run into trouble. So you definitely want that pre-wash to get in there and do its job. We will be removing some of the emblems. Some of the vehicles you get, you can completely take them apart and have no hidden lines. There are some owners that do not want their cars ripped apart completely, and it's limited as to what you can do, so we accommodate absolutely everybody here at the shop. And while the pre-wash is doing its job, the foam, I can go around with my soft detailing brush with soft bristles and start working or agitating so I can work free some of that grit that might have bonded itself in the corners or edges where you can't see it. And I don't care how soft the detailing brush is, those bristles can mar and leave very light love marks. So when you see me using this, that's when you know I'm doing a job that includes paint protection film and will be butting up tight against these areas where I'll take the chance and just do a little bit of correction before laying down the film, just so I know that I have the satisfaction that there will be no grit hiding in those corners. So after I'm done, we rinse completely. Even if the Apex Auto Shampoo starts to dry on the surface, no worries. Just a little bit of water will reactivate it so you can rinse it free completely. With the shipping film removed and a lot of the dirt, we are starting to unmask the gorgeous metallic blue paint job underneath, and I can't wait to get started on this. It's one of the reasons I thought I would share the vlog and the job and the package with you, kind of explain what I do, give you an idea of how we approach things. Everybody has a little bit of a different approach. There's no wrong answer, but this is ours. So now we can get on and move on to the contact wash. That's going to be 2 ounces of the Apex Auto Wash in the contact wash bucket. As you can see, the usual 5 mitts. I don't use the dual bucket method with grit guards, just 1 bucket. And no grit guard, it's not needed because I'm not bringing the mitt back into the bucket after having contact with the car. I put it to the side, so I'll have 1 for the top, put it to the side, 1 for the driver's side, another 1 for the passenger side, another 1 for the front, another 1 for the back. I'll clean those off later. As you can see, the nice thick suds from the auto wash. So I'll clean those mitts, tumble dry low heat in the dryer that delints them and pulls out any grit that maybe hasn't been rinsed or washed free from the pad, and they are ready for the next wash. The Apex Auto Wash has a ton of lubrication. You can run the mitt from the front of the car to the back and you'll feel a nice smooth glide of the mitt over the surface with no grabbing whatsoever. Cutting down on marring, there's no unnecessary dyes or scents, straight up cleaning power with a ton of lubrication. Exactly what I've been looking for. I'll have a link down below if you want to look into it any further. Do your research, get your information from multiple sources, and that will help you make a wise decision. Alright, since it's a nice, cool, overcast, cloudy, misty day, I was able to use all 5 mitts and then do the thorough rinse, as we're doing here. And you can see it rinses free easily from the vehicle. Normally when it's sunny, a warm day, I'll be able to use 1 or 2 of the mitts and then rinse and then continue. That way there's no soap drying on the vehicle. But again, if there is a little bit of drying, just wet it, it will reactivate it, and you can rinse it free. So we pull it back in the shop and carefully dry the vehicle. And since I don't want to wait the rest of the afternoon for the moisture to dry in the tight areas in the corners, I'll use forced air from the compressor and speed the process along. Now, squeaky clean. It's looking fantastic already, but wait until the correction and the protection is done. I've never got a car into the shop from the dealer that didn't need work, and that includes this vehicle. There's staining, etching, there's some love marks and some scratches, and just, you name it. It's on this vehicle in small areas, clusters here and there throughout the vehicle, and we will spot correct them and move on to the next portion of this package. And I'll bring you along for the ride. That's going to do it for this, the first video of this short series. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you do something a little bit different than the way I approach a new vehicle, also leave that down in the comments section. Sharing helps others. It helps others in this community, and since we are a family, I appreciate that. This has been Brian from Apex Detail. Catch you in the next video.